Hi! So your girl looks a mess right now, so I'm going to use this little Roblox filter that makes me look like Ariana Grande. Sorry if you can hear my fan. It's 50,000 degrees in Korea, so I'm going to use one of these. Yeah, so anyway, as you can see now, as you've probably seen, past my KIIP exam. Yay! I think I did like 5 of those videos, like study with me. I wanted to do all 50 of them. I'm still going to do all 50 of them. But yeah, at some point, I think in the last one, I like rewatched it back and I look so tired. I'm doing this after work every day, like after work, after making something to eat, after winding down from work, after, and then I would be studying till like 3, 4 a.m. or something. And when I watched the last video, I was like, I look so out of it. Like, is it even worth it to do the videos? And the videos, they take like a little while. I mean, studying the chapter itself, even though it's only the key points, it's like I have to make sure I know all of the information like accurately to be able to make the video and not mislead anyone. And then I have to record. And then I have to edit it and blah. So that was taking a lot of time. And it was like Wednesday or something when I did like video 5 out of 50. And the test was supposed to be on a Saturday. So I was like, I can't make these videos anymore. I just need to just actually study and actually take the test and just make the videos later. So that's why, this is supposed to hide the mic. So that's why I stopped making the videos. I'll keep making them now when I can. But yeah, I was like, I just need to focus on studying. And then I did. And then I passed. Yay! As for the actual test, all I'm going to say is it was a more pleasant experience than the topic test because it's much shorter than the topic test. The only thing I couldn't really prepare for, I think, was the interview part, like the speaking part, because, I guess you can practice by just speaking, but I didn't really know what it would entail. Gosh, I just made some food and one of my cats is trying to steal. Actually, 2 of my cats are trying to steal it, so the water got on my nose. Gosh, that's what I get. Anyway, get down. Anyway, yes, it was a better experience than topic because it wasn't as long. But I was really nervous about the interview because I didn't really prepare for it because I felt I couldn't. But honestly, I feel like when it comes to the written and listening part, instead of being all about like how well you know Korean language, like there were some Korean like language grammar questions, but not many, like 2 or 3 or something like that. And then the rest of them were, of course, you should know Korean because how else will you read everything? It's all in Korean, and how else will you listen and all that? But in my opinion, it wasn't so much riddled with advanced vocabulary like topic is towards the end. More so, it's really, do you remember what you learned in the class? Or do you remember there were some questions that like tripped me up. Like, what is the different name for this province? Like, I guess like the different name for Jeollado is Honam, I guess. Or like, what did this woman historical figure do? And then the answers are like things that 4 other women historical figures did. You have to remember exactly what she did. So you should remember like the names and what they did. There's a little section in the book that goes over that, which I will go over too when I make the video. But yes, I couldn't remember her name. And here he comes again, trying to get my ramen. This is just a water gun, by the way. Anyway, yeah, so I'm pretty sure I got that question wrong. There were some questions that slipped me up. But anyway, I felt like it was easier to prepare for the writing and the listening and topic. And as for the interview, so you go into the room, there's 2 people. I didn't like that there's 2 people. I don't want to take the test in front of another person. I know that it's just like another foreigner. You're assumed to be the same level since you're taking the same level test. But I'm just like, what if they're actually like, I don't know, super like almost native and they're just taking it as a formality and I sound dumb, but irrational fear. Yeah, I don't really I like the privacy, you know what I mean? And here he comes again. Okay. Yeah, but it wasn't so bad. And you can I got more comfortable with the interview as time went on. I think the questions get like from easier questions to harder questions, like why do you study Korean, from like why do you study Korean to like something like a hard topic when it comes to Korea, like science or law or geography or history, something like that. But anyway, yeah, the most regretful part for me is that in the moment of the speaking interview, I was just truthfully saying how I felt when it came to some personal questions. And after I did the interview and everything was over, I was like, suddenly all these advanced words like started coming up in my brain. I'm like, why didn't I say that? Why didn't I use this word? Why didn't I use that grammar? Oh my gosh, I could have gotten more points, maybe. And before they actually asked the questions, you have to read this like paragraph of Korean. They give you like 1 minute. It felt like less than a minute actually to read this paragraph. And they will ask you questions from the paragraph. Like traditional, like read this and let me ask you some comprehension questions. Like what did this character say their purpose was or something like that. And they asked like 3 questions, I believe. I don't remember. But anyway, if you can read fast, then you're in luck. I read about maybe like 75% of it and they were like, done? It didn't really matter if we were done. They were just going to start asking the questions. So thankfully they asked the other girl first and I kind of skimmed through the rest. And I'm pretty sure I got the questions that I was asked correct. But anyway, that part wasn't so bad, the reading part. But it was the interview actually. But yeah, I didn't actually think I would pass on the first try because there were many things I didn't remember. Like many questions where I was like, oh, it's either this answer or this answer, but let me just pick one, I guess. But yeah, to my surprise, I passed. And if you're going to take it, I hope you do too. And yeah, I hope the videos going over the chapters helps you. And we're all in this together studying. Okay, bye.